Welcome to Lincoln, Nebraska, home of the Cornhuskers and home to some of the most loyal fans in the sport where, once again, Memorial Stadium will be sold out. We've got a top 25 matchup on hand. Two of the premier teams in the land looking to make a statement that will resonate. As we'll see, the number 12 team in the country, the Florida Gators, taking on the 24th-ranked team in the land, the Nebraska Cornhuskers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. Gators will get us underway with the opening kickoff. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Offense getting set for first down. The give to the lone running back. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop. This is a kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged, but when you got an early season challenge like...
Trying to beat the D deep. And he hauls it in inside the 30. He was off to the races and maybe another step or two and he would have scored, but they get him at the 21-yard line. That last big play has them in business just outside the red zone. It's 1st and 10. The give to the tailback. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Dropping back, it's Jennings. Got his man on the right. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's 1st and goal from the 7.
They pick up the first down on the drag route. I know that seems like a simple route, but it's actually a lot more complex than what it looks like because that route changes based on whether it's man or zone. If it's man coverage, he's flying across the field. If it's zone, he's got to sit down over the ball in a soft spot, giving his quarterback a place to go with it. Nice job of those guys being on the same page there.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
Snap it to the back. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on 2nd down, this little 3rd to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
They want to dance their way in on 3rd and goal. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Nebraska!
The offense goes as he goes, so really no surprise on the opening drive. They keep feeding him the football. He shows you all of his ability on that TV.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. So a drive there of 82 yards and close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Leaves it with the back. And a 9-yard gain on first down leaves them with 2nd and short.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. And he's tripped up, but not before picking up the first down.
This guy's got a lot of tools in his toolbox toting the rock, man. He showed you right there. And when I think back to Florida running backs, Emmitt Smith, all-time great. But a guy I played with in Gainesville, Fred Taylor. He was so big, but so fast for a guy his size. He just caused so many problems for the defenses we face. And I think in the SEC today, you have got to be able to run the football if you're going to win games. And this guy right here, he's going to give the Gators a chance. Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside. And, David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate. Get him out of the spot.
Great job by the quarterback thrown against zone coverage. You cannot telegraph where you're throwing the football. You cannot eyeball wide receiver. So great job by the quarterback using his eyes, not staring down his guy, and then throwing him.
And the quarterback bought some time, but not enough. Down he goes with the sack. Tough linebackers getting after quarterbacks. The Huskers have a rich tradition of that.
Yeah, and you think about the black shirts, and you hear that if you're a Nebraska fan, you know exactly what that means. Guys that are different, guys that see it, that hunt it, that go get the football like this guy just did.
That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there.
And offenses want to continue to feature the run. They want balance. Even if it's not super successful, you can take it little bit at a time just to keep that defense honest.
Finds the tight end. Oh, look out! He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
Hard work pays off, guys. These offenses work so hard week in and week out, working on those critical down and distances, third downs. And having that conversion this early in the game, that's got to feel good for this offense.
Pocket starts to collapse. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
We're already in the first quarter, but already you get the feeling this could be a long day for this QB. He's already been sacked. He gets hit right there on the incomplete throw. They've got to find a way to do a better job up front of protecting this guy, or it's going to be difficult to put up points.
Quick completion to the right. Touchdown, Gator! Made the snag and strolled his way into the end zone. Lining up for the PAT. Splits the uprights. They march 79 yards on the drive, and they finish it with an 11-yard touchdown dart. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tied.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put it on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. He's right on target. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
And you see so many smart wide receivers, so many smart. plays that they know where the holes in those zones are, and they work with their quarterback, and they find them, and they sit down in them and make big plays. It's tough to sit back in zone against such smart players nowadays.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Wants to throw. It's Jennings. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12. And the Huskers will line up to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. And here comes the punt team. 3 and out. They got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. From midfield, looking for room. He just about took that one to the house. They finally bring him down, but when you have a return like that, it pretty much eats up everything gained by the punt. Return man thinking, guys, do not mess this up. I put it on the doorstep for you. It's 1st and goal. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater.
And this is the area of the field where you need a really good back. You can depend on, you can give him the football. He's going to hit a little crease and just lower his shoulder, be physical, be powerful. You saw last week he got a rushing touchdown. I look for this offense to continue to feed him and maybe get him another one today.
Looking for just 1 more yard. It's 2nd and goal. Quarterback keeps it. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Florida. Lining up to tack 1 more onto that lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. They got the ball in great field position, and bam, bam, 2 plays and into the end zone.
14, Nebraska, 7.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Set to advance on the punt.
He'll call for the fair catch here. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot. And you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Got 6 on 1st down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Leaves it with the running back. Slams ahead for a yard out to the 33. In a competitive conference like the SEC, you just can't afford to start 0-1 if you want to chase a championship. Really important to get off to a good start.
No doubt, in the SEC, you've got to set the tone early. It's all about creating momentum out of the gate.
And he's got it inside the 35.
And as a quarterback, that's what you want to do on these deep go-route type throws. You want to put a lot of air under it so your guy can turn around, locate it, and then make the catch.
Yeah, and that's so hard to stop. I mean, I'm running full speed down the field with a guy that's this fast, and I don't know where the ball is and when it's coming out, and trying to make a play on it is extremely difficult.
Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. To the air, it's Jennings. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
We know this guy's a weapon, not just taking handoffs, but he can catch the ball too. That play, not so much. Got to do a better job reeling it in.
Ball's at the 22. Third and short coming. Can the defense force them to settle for a field goal? Fast motion from the offense. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. The Cornhuskers pick up the first down.
And just went with something very easy, very reliable. Flip it forward, let your receiver do the rest. I only got to get a few yards. Nice job, nice execution. First down.
Just inside the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 19. The give to the back. Knocked down after a pickup of 6, and they're trying to impose their will in the red zone. Ball's at the 13.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
From the gun. Give on the inside. He tried to find some running room, but they get him stopped.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Boy, they love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. The receiver was doubled, and they picked it off. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. And the senior just took that one out of the air and sends it the other way.
Man, what a great break on the football. Nice job seeing it, squeezing. A lot of those defensive guys, man, they don't have great hands all the time, but you always, always remember your first interception. They'll always remember this moment.
Offense gets set for 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Unleashes one. Got him downfield. At the 45, on his way. Oh, and the defense in chase mode, and they finally get him down at the 35.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. You just got to get him to the ground quickly.
Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
He's looking for a man on 2nd down. He turns it loose to the left. Wide open, he makes the catch. And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. After taking another look just to confirm everything, the officials on the field got it right. Play will stand. The Gators are flying down the field. They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. And they're going to lose yardage there. The defense completely owning the front. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He's looking to throw. Lets it fly. And he was trying to pay off this red zone opportunity, but it's incomplete.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense, because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
Is intercepted. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
Really tough on an offense. 3rd and long. You know you're passing the football. They know you're passing the football. I'm going to rush the passer. I'm going to drop back deep, make you throw the ball underneath. But, you know, quarterbacks also want to force that football and try to get that 1st down. He does there, and that's why he
And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did on the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
We'll see what they can do on this drive as it starts at the 8. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Back to throw. It's Jennings. And the pass. It's picked off. And it's going to be a pick 6. Touchdown, Gator. Look, I know it's only the second quarter, but we're starting to see a pretty significant gap develop between these two teams right now.
No doubt. When your defense is scoring, your offense is scoring, good things happening for your ball club. This defense on point, reading their scouting report, making big plays.
Lining up to add another. And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. San Jose State was able to come away with a hard-fought victory there in the capital of Silicon Valley. It wasn't one coaches will point to the rest of the way as a perfect 60 minutes of ball, but it is a step in the right direction. 60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. Ready to go back to work on offense. Getting late here in the first half, they'll have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And the offensive play caller here has to really be dialed in. It's important down 2 possessions, Dave, that they're able to score some points. You got to call your best stuff in this 2-minute situation.
And such a good opportunity to cut into a one-score game, create that momentum, get some good juices going for the second half, because obviously, you built yourself a little bit of a deficit. You need some good things to happen, and it needs to happen on this possession.
Shoots it to the left. And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. And the offense... In frustration after the interception, drive comes up empty, and it's a turnover. Line gets set, first down. The corners are walked up tight. They'll try the run. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. They go to the ground. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have...
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown! These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead. Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And they knock through the extra point, and they're up 28-7. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. Kickoff team is on the field. They'll try to drive this one deep. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be conservative. We're a little bit down. Listen, I just think this is a point with the offense that they can prove. Like, we're here, we're going to create something now that we can build on in the second half.
Coach said all week he wanted to be aggressive. This is a great opportunity to show that right now. At the end of the first half, try and generate some momentum, score some points before going into halftime.
That's exactly what you're trying to get accomplished. You got to make sure on all these runs, clock running down, get out of bounds, right? Get some positive yards and then stop that clock.
They'll throw it on first down. Got his man. There's a timeout call as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. They'll line up for a second down play. Back to throw, it's Jennings. Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. And it's picked off for the 4th time today. He'll try to take it back. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Going up top on first down. Pressure coming. Hit as he throws. Pass falls incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left.
Well, he didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell incomplete.
Just enough time for one final play of the half. And back to the air on second down. Getting some heat. Blasted as he lets it go. Pass is incomplete, and half comes to a close on that play. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. The Huskers will kick it away to crank up the second half. He'll start the return inside his 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. Sending the offense back to work. Starting this third quarter on the ground. Runs ahead and powers his way for 4 yards out to the 30.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep third downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on first down.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Now the play fake. On the run, still looking. He'll pull it down and run. They make the stop, but what a job on the scramble to get loose and pick up that first down.
You want to stress a defense? Get the quarterback outside the pocket right now. Really good job running the bootleg to the left, getting the quarterback outside of the pocket. He can chew up ground in such a hurry, or he can throw the football down the field. Makes it really tough on defenses.
Running with power. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one. Here comes the offense on 2nd down.
At the 48. 2nd down.
He's looking to throw. Now adjusting. He makes the grab. He steps